Good evening, everyone. I'm fortunate enough to know many of you here with us tonight, but for those whom I don't, my name is Schroeder Stribling, and I'm the CEO of N Street Village. We begin tonight by remembering our village friend, Arnie Sorensen. Arnie first became involved with N Street Village over a decade ago as the husband of our beloved board member, Ruth. Since that time, they have been, and continue to be, not only good friends to many, but also an ever-positive force for the promise of our mission.
We just jumped off our bikes and we are thinking of incredible women at N Street.
They're our heroes.
Arnie and I have been invited into this community, and it's been a great opportunity for us to broaden and deepen our story.
We're all part of the same family. From our tradition, we would say that we're all children of the same God. As women of N Street, you're our heroes. You inspire us, even as we root for you to transform your lives and make them.
In remembering Arnie tonight, we hear in ourselves an echo of the compassion, generosity, and hope which he embodied and to which our mission is dedicated. Arnie used his attention, his caring, and his opportunities to bend the arc of our shared history toward the future of justice we seek. His life spoke of service to others and of our individual power to create good change, and of a faithful certainty that we are all equally worthy, equally vulnerable, and equally full of potential. We are indeed more alike than we are different. And especially tonight, we need the echo of Arnie's optimism. He would not let the promises of any day go unseized, no matter its challenges. The far shores of hope and possibility were visible to him. Without this, where would we set our sail? But hope has been a particular challenge this year. We have seen just how fragile we are as individuals, as a country, as a planet. We have experienced our vulnerability to illness and loss. We have watched how easily the open wounds of our unhealed divisions can escalate into dangerous angers. And we have seen how we can each slide down, even in a warm house, even with a full cupboard, into sadness or depression. We are none of us immune from these shared frailties. And in that, we have newly understood our interdependence. In our missing, we have felt how much a friend's embrace can counter our despair. In our absences, we have understood how much our family and our friends need us, and we them. And in a new awakening, we are witness to the tragic consequences of centuries of systemic oppression. In this most difficult year, hope has been hard to conjure, and we have wondered, where now do we set our sail? Our village is a lighthouse of promise on the horizon. The evidence is here tonight and present with us every day in stories like those of Benita, Belinda, and Deirdre, which you're hearing tonight. We are a village bound together in commitment to the well-being and empowerment of all women, a commitment to a common good that begins by lifting up the voices of those most affected by our all too common social ills. More than a place, this village to which we all belong is a way of responding to one another in benevolence, with compassion, with truth, and with reconciliation when it is called for. I had a powerful lesson in hope and solidarity direct from our front lines on Friday, January 8th. I was in an afternoon meeting with leaders of our frontline workforce. As they recounted the week, several of them began to tell how on Wednesday, rioters had marched past our downtown shelter, carrying white supremacist signs and yelling racial epithets at the women outside. The staff encouraged the women inside, turned off the TV news, started puzzles and activities, and ate dinner together in community. They spoke of all they did to project calm and to ease the distress of a frightening afternoon. All of the staff who told the story are themselves African American women. There was gravity and silence when they spoke of going home that night and of their own emotions, which would only then begin to surface. The rest of the meeting was devoted to expressions of support and understanding, and the generous conversation concluded with a long and warm farewell. That is a village story of inspiration which is of and for our times. It is a story of hatred and danger in the open streets and a small band of courage and kindness which withstood its impact. We also find daily inspiration at the village that we ourselves can change, whatever that means for each of us. Take my friend India. A soft-spoken woman of 54, she is both serious and grateful in conversation. She is the proud grandmother of 2 young boys who cannot wait to see her again after the pandemic. India is a survivor of multiple traumas and lost both her mother and daughter tragically. She struggled for years with addiction. And then 3 years ago, she met an N Street village counselor at the DC jail, and she says of the time, "I was serious. I wanted help." And today, she is a version of India, which she says even she could not have imagined. She credits the community at the village. Have you ever had a whole group of women and all they wanted to do is lift you up? She asked me. Over 3 years clean now, she knows that others are looking up to her. I keep myself together for the newer women, she says. This month, she is moving into a permanent village apartment. She says that she dreams of holding her key, finishing her college coursework, and becoming a peer counselor. I can at least use my life for good, India told me. I know someone needs my story. Tonight, we hear and celebrate the stories of these people inclined toward hope, driven by generosity, and motivated for the common good. Like India, like Arnie, like our frontline workers, like you. Thank you